If you're considering sharing an apartment or property with roommates, then keep watching. In this video, we'll provide you with important information on room rental agreements in Florida, and also how they can benefit all parties involved. Let's get into it. Welcome back, Loopers. It's Mohammed Abu-Ghosh, content creator here at DoorLoop. A room rental agreement is a legal contract that outlines the obligations of each co-tenant when multiple individuals share a rental unit. This agreement helps establish clear terms and conditions for sharing the premises, including the allocation of costs. It's crucial for tenants to understand their rights and responsibilities when living together in a property. The Florida Room Rental Agreement covers various topics such as utility sharing, rent payments, storage, cleaning schedules, and much more. Including these details in the agreement helps prevent potential disputes among roommates. It's important to note that while the room rental agreement governs matters between roommates, the landlord is not a party to this agreement. The landlord typically deals with the primary renter or the person who signed the original lease agreement. However, it is crucial to keep in mind that before adding a roommate, the tenant must obtain the landlord's approval. The room rental agreement has a specific lease term, but can be extended by the roommate at any time. Using a room rental agreement is beneficial for all parties involved. It provides protection and clarity for each roommate. By having roommates fill out a rental application and sign the room rental agreement, landlords can verify the references and ensure the financial qualifications of potential roommates. This is especially important when the roommates are acquaintances or friends, as it ensures thorough background checks. When it comes to homeowners, building managers, or primary tenants who want to rent out a room or a portion of their property to a secondary renter, using a Florida room rental agreement is essential. Not having a room rental agreement can lead to various consequences and potential issues. First, let's talk about lost property. Without a room rental agreement, there may be uncertainties regarding borrowed personal belongings, leading to lost or damaged items. Next, we should also talk about lost money. Lack of an agreement can result in financial loss, such as a roommate leaving without notice, causing one roommate to bear the burden of the additional rent, security deposit, or property damages. There's also the issue of mental anguish. Without clear expectations and obligations outlined in a legal contract, strained relationships among roommates can arise due to misunderstandings or disagreements. And let's not forget about lost time. Unexpected roommate departures without notice can lead to a hasty search for a new roommate, wasting time and causing inconvenience. Additionally, disagreements without a clear agreement can also be time-consuming to resolve. By using a Florida room rental agreement, you can establish rules and regulations, including smoking zones and alcohol policies, to ensure a harmonious living environment. A Florida roommate agreement and a room rental agreement may be similar, but they have distinctive differences. It's important to understand these differences to avoid confusion and set clear expectations. The Florida room rental agreement, also known as a sublease, incorporates characteristics of the original lease agreement. As stated earlier, these always required the landlord's written permission. Now, this is usually used when a tenant wants to sublet a room to another person. With that said, let's look at the Florida roommate agreement. This is also known as the roommate contract or housemate agreement. The key difference here is that it's independent of the initial lease agreement. Additionally, it doesn't always require the landlord's permission either. And just so it's clear, this is usually used when finding a new roommate or moving in with a new roommate. When creating a Florida room rental agreement, it's generally the responsibility of the landlord to complete the agreement. However, it can also be completed jointly by the landlord and the tenant. But regardless of who fills out the form, all parties involved must adhere to the terms stated in the contract. Here are the most essential elements to include in a Florida room rental agreement. First up, you want to include the date of the agreement, the address of the rental property or unit, the legal names of all parties involved, and the effective date and expiration. You also want to make sure to specify the rent amount and how it will be divided among the roommates. And of course, it goes without saying, you should also include the payment method, addresses for the payment, and the due date. You also want to state the exact amount of the security deposit required by the landlord and the name of the recipient. It's also super important to determine which utilities each roommate is responsible for and specify utilities that are included in the rent payment. Once you have all that mapped out, each roommate should sign and print their name beneath the signature. And of course, the agreement must be signed by the landlord to make it enforceable. It's important to comply with local laws and regulations when drafting a room rental agreement as well. Before we continue, please make sure to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video so far, so we can get this information out to more real estate professionals just like you. Sharing a living space with roommates can have financial benefits, but can also lead to tensions and conflicts. By including relevant clauses in the Florida room rental agreement, potential issues can be addressed and resolved before they come up. Common concerns among roommates include sleep schedules, guest policies, borrowing personal items, respecting privacy, and conflict resolution. If you prefer to draft your own Florida room rental agreement, DoorLoop offers various templates for your convenience. Just click on the blog link below to download it for yourself. To make the signing process as easy as possible, you can use DoorLoop's property management software, which enables eSignatures. By turning your agreements into reusable templates and autofilling tenant information, you can expedite the process. DoorLoop also offers features such as syndicating listings on popular websites and screening prospective tenants through background checks powered by TransUnion. In conclusion, a Florida room rental agreement is a crucial contract for sharing residential properties among tenants. By using a room rental agreement, you can establish clear guidelines and prevent potential disputes. Remember to understand the distinctions between a room rental agreement and a roommate agreement to ensure clarity in your housing arrangement. But with all that said, we hope you learned something today. Check out this video for more property management related content. We'll see you there.